Hello. Just waiting for a few people to come.
YouTube is not on.
It is now.
Oh, yeah. They could be on.
Hello, Kate and Trish. Is it your first time? If you don't mind putting in a message here in the chat. Okay. Thanks, Kate. Okay. Welcome, Trish. We'll get started in a minute or so. Hello, all. For those of you who are here for the first time, you're welcome. And for those of you who've been here before, you're welcome too. I'm not used to having first timers for a while. So let me set the scene. So in the picture behind me, you're seeing what we call the subtle system, and that subtle system has three things mainly. So what we have within the sacrum bone is called the Kundalini. So this Kundalini energy is a 3.5 coil energy that is situated in that sacrum bone. We all have it by default. So when I say we all have it by default, what I mean is that it is there physically in the subtle form, but it's not activated. So in Sahaja Yoga, the lady in the picture, we call her Shri Mataji. She found a technique to awaken that Kundalini energy within you. The only So the only prerequisite for that energy to rise within you is to have a pure desire. And then you have two more things where you see in the chart there are little focus points. We call them the chakras. So these ones have different qualities. So each of the chakra has a quality. And in our best form in a day, that quality may be emitting quite nicely or not. So sometimes these chakras have blockages. And then you'll see the channels, the center left and the right channel. So the center channel is the channel where we need to be. And then the right channel is the channel that is making us plan a little bit into the future. And the left channel is something that is helping us reflect about the past. Now, these are all healthy habits of thinking a little bit into the future and thinking a little bit about the past. What is unhealthy is if you go too far. So I was reading this book by C.S. Lewis called, I think it's called The Pilgrim's Regress. It was interesting. He was talking about the north and the south. So the north is something, it's kind of, if you can relate the north to the right channel. So we're all always trying to go up and achieve. And the south is, we're always, south is, you can relate that to the past. So you're always looking back and thinking of ways to be depressed. So these extremes are both not desirable. Clearly, if you're going too much into the right, you get into the aggression. And if you're going too much into the left, you're going into the depression. So the ideal state is to be in the present, which is the center. Now we can do this self-affirmation thing that a lot of people talk about. it's a bit of a therapy thing, I think, at the moment, is you do a lot of self-affirmations and think like, you're an angry person, you say, I'm a calm person, I'm a calm person, I'm a calm person. Or if you're a very calm person, you're like, I'm an ambitious person, ambitious person. So these are all sort of mental acrobatics, which are important for that therapy industry to go and survive. Perhaps it may be helpful in the short term. But because it is so not fundamental to our subtle system, they usually don't work in the long term. So the solution then is to awaken that motherly energy within us. And then the tendency for us to go too much into the aggressive side or to go into the depressive side reduces. So you spend way less time in the overly right or overly left, and you spend more time in the center. So that process where you awaken your Kundalini energy is called the process of self-realization. So self-realization doesn't make you a saint in a day, but it will definitely put you in that journey where you're not reacting as much as you would have reacted by default. So Shri Mataji has gone all over the world. We can't even keep track of the number of speeches. It definitely goes into thousands. And she has been explaining the different aspects of these centers in a way that we as people living in the modern world can relate to. However, this is just not a thing that was invented in this century. So there is a continuum of what we call incarnations over a period of time, and each of them have come at different epochs of time to explain us different things. So how that relates to this subtle system is that each energy center is represented by what we call a deity. And these deities are not specific to any particular religion. So they are in Sahaja Yoga, we see them as inspiring personalities or incarnations who have come to teach us something. So today the talk is about two deities. Talking about God and religion is not fashionable, but let's say this meditation doesn't exist without accepting the idea of God to start with. So we decided we would just get on with it today rather than trying to walk around it. So the two energy centers we have, out of the 7 energy centers, the 2 energy centers that today Shri Mataji will explain is the energy center that's near the throat, which we call the Vishuddhi chakra. And then if you heard of the incarnation called Krishna, this deity governs this energy center. And then above that energy center is number 6, as we call the Agnya chakra in Sanskrit. That energy center is governed by Jesus Christ. So today, Shri Mataji is going to explain how these 2 incarnations relate to each other. So what we hear then is that it's a continuum. It's not like some incarnation was born in certain geography of the world, and because we don't live in that geography of the world, we don't have to worry about it. That's not the idea. The idea of all these people is they have taught us different things for whatever problem the humankind was facing at that point. So quite inspiring in that sense. And there is no better explanation than how Shri Mataji explains the link between these two. So we'll hear that first, and after we hear that, we'll go through this process that we call the self-realization. So you'll have to do a few things. Follow me. All right, now I'll share the video. So you could, until we go through the self-realization process, you can put both your hands like that in your lap, and then just listen to the speech.
Today is a sad day because such a great man like Sadat is dead. He's not great to me because he was a great politician or he was president, but he was a saint. He was a real life soul. I knew all about him. The attack of the negativity is on, but no more. They will crucify a saint this way and will not face the punishment. They will be punished now. All those who try to do such things will be punished because the new age has started. Today I wanted to tell you about the Agya Chakra, about Jesus Christ, who adorns this center of Agya Chakra, where you see the red mark. Behind that, inside, in the brain, on the crossing of the optic chiasma, is this subtle center where this great deity is placed through his crucifixion and through his resurrection. He has created this space for us to enter into the kingdom of God, which is placed within us. It's not in without. It's the limbic area that surrounds your ego and superego. In the Puranas, in the ancient scriptures of India, Christ is described so very clearly. Actually, in the Bible, what they saw of him when he was on this earth was written down. But nothing what created him, how he came on this earth, what is the spirit of Christ, what is the seed of Christ, and how he came, and what is his purpose, and where does he stand within us. All these things are not described in the Bible. As I told you, the people at that time were not at all aware of his greatness, of his special incarnation. But if you read some of these ancient books, you'll find that he was called as Mahavishnu in the Devi Puran, in the Goddess Puran, is the ancient scripture of the goddess. Mahavishnu was created immaculately. Now when we say that Christ always pointed out this figure, is very significant. Actually this means Vishuddhi Chakra and means also America. But this also means Vishuddhi Chakra stands for Sri Krishna, as I told you, and he is the primordial being, and he is the epitome of our evolution in the sense that he is the primordial being who is the father, who is the preserver. Now in the Puranas it is described that his power was Radha. Sanskrit language is absolutely very scientific as far as the divine laws are concerned. Ra means the energy, Dha means the one that sustains. Dharati Sadha, Radha. She is the one who sustains the energy, and she was his power. But in India, Krishna is never taken as Krishna Radha, but Radha Krishna. The energy is before the deity. The lady is before the gentleman, we can say. Radha Krishna. Now this special happening took place long time back. This is at the stage of Vaikuntha, as we call it. At the stage where nothing existed as far as this world was concerned. At different stages it came up. We see the world in such a way that it was created in 7 days. But actually these are 7 stages in when this whole universe was created. And we are at the 7th stage, we can say. Now at the first Vaikuntha stage, where it was all decided how to work it out, the creation of this great personality, of the Son of God, the greatest of all, the Adhara, the support of the universe, this Mahavishnu. So Radha, she is Mahalakshmi, she is the central path. First, she created him in the Vaikuntha stage. And at that stage, she decided that she'll create it by herself, this great incarnation, and she created this Mahavishnu. I would like you to get the translation of the description of Mahavishnu and also the description of Ganesha, who is the spirit of Christ and who incarnated in this, on this earth as our Lord Jesus Christ. So we have here an incarnation, a very special one, which was conceived thousands and thousands of years back at a level where it's only the activity of the God's mind was there, Vaikuntha stage, where it was decided that this power called Radha will conceive him in her heart. And she conceived him in her heart. And then he was made like an egg. See the symbolism of Easter, like an egg. Can you recognize it? People knew about it somehow. Why do we have Easter? Eggs. We never think about it. He was created like an egg, out of which the half of it was kept as the seed, as Shri Ganesha, as the spirit, and the half of it was created as Jesus Christ. The whole egg was nothing but the egg of this divine power, which has to manifest this divine power on this earth. This story is very beautiful, how she created. And then he asked, who is my father? Radha is nobody else but Mother Mary herself. She is Mahalakshmi. People may say that they can't believe in immaculate birth of Christ. They cannot believe in the conception of Christ. I mean, it's easy for people to say we don't believe. What do they know about God? What do they know about His mysterious ways of doing it? Can you say how you convert or transform a flower into a fruit? You don't know anything about living miracles. And you start doubting the Immaculate Conception. Here, when you got your realization, I conceived you in my heart and gave you realization through my Sahasrara. How did you get your realization? You never thought of it. It's an impossibility. Thousands of people are getting realization. How is it possible? There must be something special about me and about the way it is done. In the same way she conceived and gave him the birth through her uterus. You can move it anywhere on your central system. And this great incarnation came on this earth with such a special purpose that he was nothing but Pranava is this integrated power, this great power which has all the powers in it. The Ichha Shakti, the Prana Shakti and the Dharma Shakti is the central path. All of these put together. He was nothing but energy. Energy put into an egg, because he had to do a very great job. So, this Radha herself, this Mahalakshmi, this Mother Mary conceived this child. And to name him after Krishna, who was the father. She called him Christ. Christ comes from the word. In Indian languages we call him Krishna. Krishna means the one who has sown the seed. He is the father. He points out always to the father. But in the Puranas it is described that Krishna said, "You are higher than me. I'll place you higher than me." He placed him. You can imagine that Christ is at this point and Krishna is at this point. He placed him higher than him. And he said, in anywhere people worship me, Shri Krishna said, automatically, you are worshipped. You will be the support, adhara, of the whole world. It's wonderful to say that about, I think, 14,000 years or 12,000 years back, Markandeya, such a great saint, was born in India. And he has written the complete Ganesha Stotram, means the complete praise of the Ganesha. You can see the translation is so beautiful. And that he said, you will be so humble. He is the one who is the 9th incarnation, called as Buddha, among the 10 incarnations, that he will be so humble that he will wash the feet of his disciples. All the miracles of Christ are described in these books, but these books are not translated.
So if you're really interested in that sort of link between different incarnations, one book called The Upanishads by Juan Mascaro. This gentleman is passed away now, but he in his last days he met Shri Mataji. It's a very very interesting book, The Upanishads by Juan Mascaro. So now let's get into the process of self-realization. I might move this a little bit. Okay. Why? So if you put both our hands in our lap, probably should move a bit back. Okay, that's better. So put both our hands like this on the lap. Let's close our eyes. So what I'll now ask you is to move your hand on different parts of your body and say a few affirmations. So the one that could be a bit confusing is to put your right hand on the left side of the neck, move your head towards the right shoulder. So when I ask you, you can do that. So both hands on the lap. If you have shoes, please remove them. So your feet are resting on the earth. Let's put our right hand on the heart. So please keep your eyes closed until we finish this process. And addressing the motherly energy, the Kundalini within your system. Or if you're comfortable, you can address Shri Mataji as mother. You ask in your heart, Mother, am I the pure spirit? Please say this statement in any language that you're comfortable with in your heart several times. Mother, am I the pure spirit? Mother, am I the pure spirit? Now place your right hand on the rib cage on the left hand side. Let your attention come to that area of the body. Here you ask, Mother, am I my own master? Mother, am I my own master? Several times in your heart. Now you place your right hand on in the place where the tummy meets the leg, in that corner. And here you ask. You ask in your full freedom, just like you would ask your mother, your biological mother. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. Please give me pure knowledge. Mother, please give me pure knowledge. You place your right hand on the left side of the stomach. Here with full confidence you say, Mother, I am my own master. Mother, I am my own master. Now you place your right hand on the heart again. Here you say, Mother, I am the pure spirit. Mother, I am the pure spirit. Your right hand on the left side of the neck. Move your head towards the right shoulder. And here you say, Mother, I am not guilty. Mother, I am not guilty. Mother, I am not guilty. in the center of your palm, press your forehead, and with your fingers press both sides of your head a little bit. And here, from deep within your heart, unconditionally, you say and mean, Mother, I forgive everyone, including myself. Mother, I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. Mother, I forgive everyone, and I forgive myself. Place your right hand on the back side of the head and lift your head towards the sky with your eyes closed. And here you say, Mother, please forgive me for all the mistakes that I've committed in the past. You can say simply, Mother, please forgive me. Now finally, let's place the center of our palm on the top of the head. Press it down a bit. And here you ask, Mother, please give me my self-realization. Mother, please give me my self-realization. Let the attention rest on top of the head where your hand was touching. Bring your hand back to the lap. Let's try and be in that state for a minute or a few minutes. Can slowly open our eyes. So one of the physical manifestation of the self-realization process is that your palms might have this sensation of a cool breeze flowing, or they might also the fingertips might also feel a little bit of discomfort, a bit of a prickle kind of thing. If that is happening, that's because the Kundalini energy is raising from the bottom, going through each energy center and clearing any blockages it may have. And these blockages happen, what can you call it? It's the cost of living. The blockages do happen because we live in the society and we deal with different people and situations and so on. So to not have this cost, a lot of saints, especially in the Eastern cultures, used to go to secluded places and used to meditate. Clearly, that is okay, but you're also not living. You're only meditating. So this is why what Shri Mataji has given is quite a unique gift thing, whatever you want to call it, because we can live our lives and still manage to clear out ourselves of all the imbalances that we have to go through. That's what I'm calling the cost of living. It's different from what Albanese is saying. So we talked about the center channel and the left and the right. So some of us have the tendency to fall in the left, which is very retrospective, and have the tendency to beat ourselves up. And some of us have no sense of reflection. These usually are called right-sided people. So everything that comes out of my mouth is the word of truth, is the kind of sense that we live in. Both of them are painful for other people who are living with us. So what we can do is to bring these energy channels into balance. So how we do that is quite a simple way to do it. So whatever channel you're trying to clear stays on your lap. So we start with clearing the left channel. So we're in the second part of the program now. So we'll have another little meditation session. So our left hand stays on the lap, and we drop the right hand towards the ground. And then you can again keep your eyes closed. You can bring your attention to your heart. And in your heart, you can pray, Mother, please clear me of all the problems in my left channel. Mother, please remove all the lethargy and self-deprecating thoughts. Mother, please remove all the lethargy and negative thoughts that arise in my left channel. Mother, please establish a strong and pure desire of meditating in my spirit. You can say the prayer of clearing your left channel several times in your heart. So let's say now you're clearing, and if a thought comes and disturbs you, you can just say the affirmation, Mother, please clear my left channel. Mother, please establish the pure desire for meditation in my heart. Put your right hand on the lap and lift your left hand to the level of your shoulder with the fingertips pointing towards the ceiling. And right hand on the lap with face up. If you're not sure, you can just quickly open your eyes and then look how I'm doing it. And here you say, Mother, you can bring your attention to the top of the head now, and you say, Mother, please remove all the aggression from my right channel. Mother, please remove all the futuristic thoughts that are taking me away from the present. Mother, please establish the pure action of meditation within me. So if your thoughts are disturbing you, you keep saying, Mother, please bring me to the present. Mother, please bring me to the present. Try and keep your attention on top of the head. You don't focus, you can ask the motherly energy within you, Mother Kundalini, please let me keep my attention on top of my head. Now with the clearance of the left and right, it becomes easier to keep our attention in the center. So with our right hand, we can put it on top of the head, press it down a little bit. And here you ask the mother, Mother, please establish my self-realization. Mother, please establish my self-realization. So when you're ready, you can bring your hand back to the lap. Keep your eyes closed. We'll play some music and let's try and keep ourselves in that state. While keeping your eyes closed, just reflect on how you're feeling at this moment compared to when you started the session. It's quite important for you to hold on to it. So you motivate yourself to have the discipline to meditate every day at your own residence. So at home, what you do is you can slowly open your eyes. At home, what you do is this little process that I'll show, what we call the raising the kundalini and taking the protection around us. So you start with that, just like that. Two knots, second time. Three knots, third time. And then you do a semicircle or a horseshoe around yourself. So that's start from the left side and go back. That counts as one. So you do 7 others. So you start with that, and then you put your hands on the lap and try and keep your attention on top of the head. If you can do that for 10 minutes every day, in the morning and evening, that will be very useful to you. Another little exercise you could do at home is, so we take these full speeches of Shri Mataji. Sometimes they last for an hour, 40 minutes, 30 minutes, and then we listen to them every day. People who've been long-term meditators, they do that quite regularly. So what you could do is go to this website. I'll just share my screen as I do it. Share my desktop. So the website is called learnsahajayoga.org. You go inside there, and then you'll have a lot of talks there. So you could also search for a talk. So let's say you want to listen to today's talk. It's 1981 1006. So we search that. There it is. So this speech was given in Houston. Say, then you just click there. Then you can read the transcript if you like, or you can click the video, and if you want to listen to the audio, you can also do that on this. So perhaps that is something that you could do. So it's how long is the speech? It's about an hour. So until you come next time, you could probably listen to 10-15 minutes each day, and then if you have any questions, you can ask then. Otherwise, that's what we had in mind for tonight. If you have any questions, please put them here on the chat. I'll try and answer them. Don't be shy, ask away. Yes.
I wonder if there is any step before getting there, sorry, to the self-realization, if there's anything that you can recognize within you. I don't know, just for me, I realized that the first time I tried, I kept on thinking about things that were stressing me, or about tomorrow or today, very silly problems. But now I'm kind of daydreaming instead. So it's, I don't know, is it something?
So Nicole here in the room is asking if there is anything that you need to do before you get your self-realization.
Yeah, anything you can, yeah.
No, I think I'm saying no pretty confidently because you could have been in 100 other places rather than coming here to get your self-realization. So what that meant is that there is something within you, there is a seed that you're just not happy with the state of affairs. Whatever, happy in the, it's not like you're sad, but you're like, there is something to this. Like, yeah, it can't be a mundane life where I'm waking up and going to work or talking to my partner and making money, that sort of thing. So there is this vacuum in our heart that makes us seek. And I think that is what is required for you to come here. And then obviously, when you're trying to do something useful like that, this whole universe works to make you walk away from it. All sorts of disturbance. And I think that is the hardest bit. Once you motivate yourself to get over that hard bit for the week or two, then you're in the stride of things. You know, as they say, when you try to learn a new habit or a new instrument, it takes, I don't know, 3 weeks, 21 days. There is some formula they have. 1,000 hours. So this here you don't need. So the thing with Sahaja Yoga is upside down in the sense that you get the experience very quickly. The way Shri Mataji explains is that you get the fountain first, and you have to establish the foundations later. Because you know, if Shri Mataji said, yeah, like the old style, yeah, you need 1,000 days to even smell the experience of self-realization. Probably most people would walk away. But now what we're finding is, for me, I just don't understand how somebody can get the experience of self-realization and not follow through. Because once you have the experience, it just makes a lot of difference. If you take it on a very worldly level, the return on investment is so high. Like anything that takes, usually with my disturbed mind, an hour, it takes 20 minutes. Why not follow it? That sort of thing. But otherwise, generally, you're very calm inside, I think. A lot of things can. Have you realized anything like that within yourself in the daily life? All right. So that sort of thing. So I don't think there is anything that you need to do before. I think Shri Mataji says you need to have the pure desire. Once you have that pure desire, she'll give the realization to you. And I think most people who come here have that. Otherwise, you wouldn't be here, isn't it? Kate says, thank you, always insightful. I'll take up the challenge of 15 minutes per day. There you go. Go for it, Kate. It's, yeah, please try. I don't know if I ever explained why we do this. We only do this because we have benefited and will be good for more people get it. If you look at, if you hear the speech today, right? See how Shri Mataji is relating Krishna and Christ and so on. And Shri Ganesha also, she was talking about. So if we get stuck ourselves in this, oh, that's the Eastern thing, this is the Western thing, and then you really don't get the benefit. It's like, I like my leg more than my hand. Doesn't make sense. So Shri Mataji gives a lot of those kind of things, which I've never thought of. All right. Thanks. I just made it up, Kate. It'll help with the cost of living. That's good. All right. We'll play a little bit of music. But thanks for coming. We hope to see you next week as well. See you. Music, and in 5 or 6 minutes we'll close the session.